Hi, Abby from She Cooks for Boys, and today we're going to make a Soubise sauce, which is like a white sauce with onions and chicken stock in it. So let's get started. We're going to be using that thickening mode again today. If you haven't already, have a look back at my how to use the thicken mode. So first of all, we're following a cookie dough recipe today. So we've got 20 grams of vegetable oil. I've just got some grapeseed oil here. Okay. Moving on to 300 grams of onions cut into wedges. Now I haven't weighed these, so let's see how we go. Probably slightly more. I think it should be okay. Right, so we're going to place our lid on and take our measuring cup off and place our splash guard on top, just like it tells us to. Now we're just going to switch it once. Now it's going to go into high heat cooking, where it's really going to saute those onions. It'll get nice and hot, you'll see some steam come out, and you'll hear it start sizzling. And I'll smell the deliciousness. Alright, so these are done. They smell absolutely amazing. Really sweet actually. So I will bring this camera over a little bit so you're able to see. They're sauteed really nicely in there. Now I'm just going to chop them up. Okay, so measuring cup in. Okay, I'll just let it cool down a little because it needs to be under 120 degrees before it will go above speed 2. So we'll just let it cool down a little bit more. Let's see how we go now. Okay. See, it actually cools down really quickly. So those are chopped lovely. They look beautiful. Now I would just eat them. You know, how good would they just be on some sausages? You know, if you're having barbecued sausages and you just wanted some onions done with them, who would bother doing them on the pan when you know they're going to do them perfectly in here? Anywho, we are making a sauce, so I'm going to add 30 grams of butter. Okay, 39, she'll be right. We're a bit of a she'll be right kind of family. Right, so it's just going to cook off for 3 minutes now at 100 degrees. Alright, our next step. So this has got us adding half a teaspoon of homemade chicken paste or chicken stock cube if that's what you've got, but I've got the paste here. So I'll just do half a teaspoon of that. 300 grams of boiling water. So it's a little bit different from a normal white sauce. Of course, it's using the stock as the base rather than a milk. It does have a little bit of cream added at the end, which I'm just going to add milk today. Pop that back on. Blending. So that all that's in there at the moment, of course, was the onions, the butter, oil, and chicken stock with the liquid. So that is blended down to a beautiful consistency, and it smells just so good. And it's asking for 20 grams of single cream. I've only got milk, so it'll just have to do 30 grams of plain flour. Okay. Salt, I'm going to leave the salt out. I think my chicken stock's already got enough salt. And also the dish I'm putting it has already got some salt in it. Got some pepper. And a little bit of nutmeg. Okay. Now I normally wouldn't do that, but I'm nearly at the bottom of my nutmeg. Alright, so that's going to go onto the thickening mode now. So what I do is turn it and leave it. It'll do an approximate time. It's using 100 degrees to thicken this because it was flour that was used as our thickening agent. And it says approximately 12 minutes. So I'll just leave that to do its thing. Alright, so that is finished. So our sauce is lovely. It's thickened up really well, and it will thicken up more as it goes. And I'll show you what I'm making. So we've just got here a bit of shredded chicken that I had in the freezer, some frozen peas and some leek. This is just I'm doing this for a freezer meal for my husband, so I'm away for the week. My husband and kids, sorry I should say. So I thought this sauce would go nicely over the top. After it cools down, I'll pop some breadcrumbs through with a little bit of Italian herbs. And I think that will be a really delicious dinner. They can just make themselves a few extra veggies for the side. Nice, easy freezer meal right there. Right. So a perfect amount. Great consistency. Yum. So that is the Soubise sauce. Soubise sauce. You'll find that on Cookie Doo. So give it a go.